mama wants to say Ghana has one of our biggest problems intellectual dishonest people. One of your biggest problems Ghana pa na intellectual dishonest people no se me pese me tremu a obi a se be wa school a wo nimde onimade pa on nanso esan se ne political party ana esan se obe benefit from ade ni ntino na o deny say o ade na enye sa na ete ene enye say na ete one thing na ha Ghana pa na me hu ne say aban we the majority in parliament and Kenofoyata omo ye ade bia Ghana ni bia wo ye Ghana ni asebe nyansa da ni tirim bia be hu ne say masa de mo ye de enkwasasem. I don't like it when I am insulting, but that is exactly what it is. Now, maybe treachery sim nimu, and the majority caucus the letter ba. Maybe treachery sim nimu, and then you understand. Sa letter ya trendy with social media signed by the deputy majority leader, Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin. Why this letter is trending, and why the NPP are taking sa route way instead of coming clean to Ghanaians now. Ghana no very simple. Say finance minister eba be with the budget parliament was a parliament debate on the budget omo debate we are omo be ba beto so aba na budget no ya penny mama Mati say we've never had this particular structure hang parliament no Ghana da. Inti de bia no finance minister be with the budget bia na automatically ya pass because de bia na ya na ruling party no and a majority. At this time pe and a ruling party no as a omone minority no the same numbers. Inti de bia finance minister be with the budget pe ya pass because majority will always pass the budget. They are a rubber stamp. Inti this time around no finance minister be with the budget. Now already budget no send your parliament process etino omu debate we are na ye to so aba ye beka mo a mo pese budget ye pass no munka ice mo a mo mpe se budget ye be pass no munka ni inti majority ka say ice ye pass and a minority ka say knees my pass but it is up to the speaker any dia onu betie na waka say oh nkrofo we voice loud esin we mu voice inti no mato me de abana ma we inti speaker ne de o say the eyes have it asem o kan ne say the majority win inti tre say budget no ya pass it but parliament also emra wo ho say eyes any nays can we na bia speaker ni choose so no de what here because speaker no the preference inti obi betumi raise issue say speaker that be yenye hu ne say nipa kra wato abama na wrong and so let's go a step further head count ne say ye be kan ne hu ne say okay indeed eyes no they have it or not it is speaker no they say the eyes have it and NDC for raise issue say that be eyes and have bia yen needs for no ye say empene into yen head count which is a parliamentary process. And a idea be a course of parliament all this while. Inti NPP for who said that be say ban head counter. It sounds like more members and soon intino. So yeah head count there. NDC ebe winnie. Because that time na NDC for doors on say NPP for parliament. So when say ban head count in kwandia NDC be winnie not say budget no yem pass it. Into one almost stage workout. Say omonte na ho ema yen head count. Into a move free parliament and almost stage workout because they knew. Mama what I say NPP members ni bebre Kennedy Japan jojo ne ho abroche minim senior omoaye minim so mo friend crowd beba o nkrofo bebre NPP MPs bebre mate so mu ni Ghana ebi mo so ye campaign wo mo increase ne nyama so their best bet was to walk out and blame the NDC. Na fei omo walk out ewie ye no ena yeba be bisa Kenofoyata say budget no say ni Kenofoyata asem a oba be cancel no de onu ni trim no budget no ya pass die ntia because speaker ne can say the eyes have it inti budget no ya pass such an intellectually dishonest man meanwhile say speaker ne can say the eyes have it na ye raise objection. Na speaker neka so okay, ye raise objection, ye head counter. Na che say the ayes na worker say they have it no, I cancel. Now all party are working out. Now objection is still stand there. How is it that and that all be catch Ghana for say wo dear wo 3 muno budget ni ya pass because speaker neka said the ayes have it. Trying to ignore the objection NDC for erase here. Into parliament no omoka so okay yembra the next day yemeka ho asem. Into the next day eno mobile the next day yema MPP 4 time MPP members nso aba fine. Ehwa na NDC for erase issue. Eye ato force in erase issue say finance minister na kwa katre Ghana for say wonu ni trim no budget ni apase. Ya ye wo parliament ni nim say dabi abanesa budget ni ye approve ye mpasse ye. Inti speaker Manento finance minister say yem pass budget no. And a finance minister no friend saying speaker of parliament Abambagbin EDC so say indeed the budget has not been passed. In fact, omo tron krata kra de babontin say sa finance minister say mo kan de Ghana for ntwabo na budget ni yem pass here. Say NDC for raise issues ni nkwan de yem pass budget nti Ghana for ntwa sa asem no nyeden embo. Na obeka ase Ghana for ntwa sa asem ne mbo no. Che se Ghana speaker akasa obi ati ase se yem pass budget. And then yakokosori ya. The majority caucus aba betro enkrata aba. Atre se wo mo san so be confuse Ghanaians the more. Wo mo pese mo kire se budget no ase de omo nso ehu ne se yapa. Che se medwun wa mentia. Enta na make say intellectually dishonest people in this country. Say speaker am make pronouncement on the floor of parliament. Say budget ni yem pass ya. How is it that you the majority caucus you also come out to write a letter and tell Ghanaians I said the opposite say budget ni dia mo hu ni say ya pass. And you see the reason why they are doing this, the NPP omoye the idea when they say they don't have the numbers to pass the budget. Their members are not ready to come to parliament to pass the budget. Incha no mo shada here kokwasa because they are very simple. See you see your head count. Now nim say unkro for so an. Enye no answer why your head count na we wini. That bio say ya can say the eyes have it. Na me nim say me won for 20. Na me nim say me nkro for 20 ne do so sen. Na ye beto aba na ye wini a. Me kra me fo aso say yen count me boa. Nti ba ne send the NPP for dwane a by force a mo pese mo de kokoshe say I said their mo pese mo be head count. It's because they know that most of their members or some of their members are not available. And so this is what they will do. Delay that is we say enomo. Let me read some portions of letter now. Afenyo Kende about say statement by the majority caucus on the approval of 2024 budget statement and economic policy of government. Also, following the conclusion of the debate on the budget yesterday, the speaker, as per the established protocol of the House, was to put the question regarding the approval of the policy and principles underpinning the budget. After a period of deliberation, the speaker posed the question and announced that the ayes had it. Subsequently, the deputy minority leader, Ama Kofi-Boah, rose on account of Order 1132 to contest what he, Mr. Ama Kofi-Boah, deemed as a ruling by the Right Honorable Speaker as a result of the challenge. As a result of the challenge, he called for a head count. This prompted an intervention from the majority leader and deputy majority leader. They raised procedural issues in respect of the application brought before the speaker. Despite the procedural objections raised, the speaker declined to acknowledge these concerns and expressed his intention to proceed with the head count as demanded. At this juncture, the leadership of the majority caucus insisted on their readiness to submit to the head count that was being sought. As in the head count, a process where members indicating aye or no rise to be counted, typically takes approximately 10 minutes. The results are then tallied by table officers and presented to the speaker, who announces the outcome. Instead of sticking to the request of the head count, the speaker then said that he was drawing the attention of the House to the possibility of resorting to a division. And indeed, the speaker then called for a division. This came as a surprise to members of the majority caucus, since no such application for a division had been presented to the speaker. The decision to call for a division was certainly not the initial application. Leadership of the majority, well aware that under our rules, being absent during a head count disqualifies a member from being recorded present, whereas in a division, absent members who rush in can be counted as participants, even if they were not present when the question was initially moved to halt the process. That would be allowed some of the minority MPs who were outside Accra at the time to be able to proceed to Parliament to be counted, even though the majority was fully aware that it was going to give the minority any advantage. Or say the departure from the call for a head count generated heat and was set to frustrate government business, at the same time undermining the sanctity of the parliamentary process. Since 1993, Parliament has never resorted to division in making decisions. The majority concluded the choice for a division was unfair and at the circumstance, leading to their decision to stage a walkout. It is essential to note that despite the Speaker's indication that the ayes had prevailed and despite a petition presented to him, a petition that hadn't followed the process, the Speaker's initial ruling on the high ayes retaining their advantage stance. Consequently, the budget has been duly passed until the appeal for a head count is dealt with, not the division that the Speaker had called. Into what here, almost say NDC for a head count, and a Speaker no a call for division. Na NPP for so mo can say head count no. Say ye near ye waha ye to abano. Yen kan yen. Division no and say ye ko break. Ni ye ko breaker. Ye ba ni aba be kan obia. Into omo susu say Speaker no wiem. O wiem. Into omo di omo hu ne say the budget has been passed. It has been duly passed. Okay? That's what they are saying. So omo di omo hu ne say budget no at this point it has been passed. But technically you know say it has not been passed. I mean, send your wow can e will letter name say until say head count no be cause so the who say the budget has been passed. No, the budget has not been passed. If it has been passed, you can't go and do whatever you want to do. If you think it has been passed, then let the finance minister go on and start spending. And let the finance minister go on and start spending. So basically, this is what is going on. MPP for the Omon Semnam say na ete NDC Fonso said that be yes and ete yet they call for head count and all that. Nini name no. The other one no. Montreal comment box nimo. Bedasi.